I think the recordings also is to send, but
Okay.
okay. So what is Scrum? What is SDLC? What is the difference between waterfall and Scrum? And what is the defect and what is the defect life cycle? These are all the generic things we'll be touching upon it. So
Okay.
a Scrum, as you know, as SDLC, as you know, requirement or analysis or eliciting phase, eliciting the requirements, we do call it. And then typical SDLC, then next it goes to design phase. And then after designing, it's implementation or development, we do call it development
Yeah.
phase. And then it used to come the QA, testing phase. And then
Yeah.
it used to go to evolution or production, post-production, and all that stuff. Okay. So this is the regular
Okay.
software life cycle development life cycle that we do follow. So
Yeah.
usually earlier days, like, up 15 to 20 years ago, like, before we model itself, waterfall model, typically the testing used to start once the development is completed. Now, what we are doing
Yeah.
ideally, now we are not waiting until this testing is completed for the entire product or project application. You must be knowing.
Mm.
So we are going with the Scrum process, right?
Yeah.
So what is the Scrum process? You'll be knowing. So it is going as an iterative process, iterative prototyping model. So every project will be, the requirements will be divided into chunks, like for the shortest duration. Like, the requirements will
Okay.
be written in terms of user stories. Basically, all the entire project requirements will be covered. So I'm not giving much details on emphasis on SDLC because we are no more using right now in any of the projects. Mostly every project is adapting Scrum or hybrid, something like that they're calling it. Okay.
Yeah. My current testing is like waterfall model only.
Waterfall model only,
Current
right?
things.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so you
Kind
you
of
know it
like
pretty well, right? What are all the deliverables at each phase.
yeah.
Of
Yeah. This. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this is after this requirement analysis. This is the requirement document, and after design phase, the deliverables are. What are the deliverables? Different deliverables will be having. Uh, it's- so requirement elicitation or requirement analysis phase will be having the deliverable as BRD, requirement specification, business requirement document, or requirement specification document, high level requirements, right? That is the deliverable end of this phase.
Okay.
So basically what we do mostly, like, we do interact with the business team. We'll get the requirements. We, in the sense, like, business team will interact with the client, BS, and they will get the requirements. They will transform those business requirements into IT requirements as a business analyst. Like, how do they transform? By studying that, existing system study. So, and then if there are any previous applications that were developed and all that stuff, they will do that existing system study. If it is a new kind of application also, they will come up and draft with a prototyping kind of thing. Okay, all these things will happen. So what is the deliverable for this? BRD, business requirement document, or high level requirements document, is the end of the deliverable that will be given as an input to the dev team as well as the testing team, right? So this should be an agreed upon document by client and the business. And during this phase also, earlier, like, a requirement elicitation phase and all, mostly like your developers or testers will not involve. It's only once that BAs gives us these requirements, BA, or what do you call in your project, MD? Linguistics.
Biggest.
It's business only, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Business.
Yeah, business gives that requirements and all. We will study that, and during design phase, during design phase,
Mm-hmm.
during design phase, what we used to do, we used to go through the requirements and we will ask the BS if there are any doubts and all. And BS used to go back to the client and they will get it updated, or you will do a feasibility study also. I mean, feasibility study typically BA will do, but technical feasibility
Okay.
and development will involve from here, design phase itself. Dev team or QA team also used to get involved. like, going through that requirements document, and then dev team will find out the technical feasibility and all. Ideally, in requirement analysis phase, BAs will do the feasibility study also. That is
Okay.
functionally how much feasible and all. Here it is a technical feasibility. They will come up and they will clarify the doubts and all that stuff. And again, they will go back to this. The BA, if there is any technically not feasible or any limitations or any kind of training stuff, all this back and forth will happen. And what is the expected QA also similarly, they will go through the requirements. Okay, they will go
Okay.
through the review requirements
Okay.
document, because our source of truth will be requirements documents only, review requirements documents. Okay. So what are the deliverables from dev and QA in this phase, in the design phase? Typically, and it should be mutually agreed upon the requirements. So once dev is comfortable
Yeah.
with the requirements, they will give a technical specification document, right? Technical design document.
Technical specifications. Okay. Yeah.
Technical design document, which is TDD or any design document